Greetings, everyone. Curt Soloff here with Learn Bridge Online. I have my trusty avian companion. This is Juan. He may
Hello.
know a little bit about bridge.
I'm an expert.
Yes, a world-renowned expert. So I don't know if he's too interested in the hand that we're going to have today, but I don't know, Bashir. I guess we can summon him later if his advice is needed for this hand we're going to look at today, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, I'm excited to take a look. And Juan, thank you for joining us. I don't know if the viewers know, but Juan is one of the premier parrot bridge teachers in the world. So we're really lucky to get him. I was surprised. He usually doesn't take my calls, Curt.
Yeah. Well, he says, I know how you operate. Well, once I take one call from you, I'm going to hear from you again and again and again.
That is true. Okay, here we go. I'll pull up the hand. I haven't seen this, so folks joining us, thank you for joining us. We're sitting in the hot seat together. And Curt, we'll turn it over to you. Lead us through this hand and let us know what we should be thinking about.
This was kind of an interesting hand that generated some discussion with some students of mine. And what we did was we had a challenge. It's kind of a fun little feature on BridgeBase. If you haven't found it, you can challenge, I think, up to 4 of your friends and include yourself to basically a little say 8-board bridge contest. And you can pick your scoring format, whether you want imps or match points. So that's what we did. We did a challenge, and this hand came up, and it has a couple of interesting elements to it. And the main thing I would ask you, well, a two-part question for you, Bashir. One, what do you open with this hand? And then 2, depending on what you open, are you thinking about what you're going to bid next, should your partner respond?
Thank you for the opportunity to remember and to really think through, when we're planning our opening bid, keep the question in mind, well, what might your second bid be? Of course, we don't know if or how partner might respond. I guess what our choices here would be, so we're bidding on BBO, so it's a 2/1 system. So folks bidding Acol, you guys would have different options. Curt, am I right? For us, we're choosing between either 1 no trump or 1 diamond, and I guess just depending on, do we want to consider this a balanced hand or not?
Yeah, this is what we might term a semi-balanced hand. I think a lot of times people fall into a trap of, well, there's some bad advice floating around there that I think must have been issued by bridge teachers many, many years ago that hasn't gone away. That is, you cannot open 1 no trump with 2 doubletons, and that's completely untrue. Now we can debate the wisdom of it, when it's a good idea to do it and when not, but it is certainly legal, and it's not really that unusual to do it. So you could open a diamond. I suppose that would be the normal bid with the South cards here. But if you're opening a diamond, then I presume you're planning to bid those diamonds again next time, right?
That's probably the situation, if I'm being honest, that I would find myself in, and sort of regretting that I didn't grab the chance earlier to try to say something a little bit more about my hand.
Yeah, and think about the benefits and the drawbacks. If you open a diamond and say partner responds a major, well, you're going to rebid the diamonds, and partner will know that you have a 6-card suit. And you do have 16 points. So if that's your plan, you don't want to rebid only 2 diamonds. You'll want to jump rebid the diamonds to show the extra strength. Now, partner would then know that you have a 6-card suit. But how much do you really want to emphasize this diamond suit? because it's got a lot of holes in it, right? Do
Right.
you feel like that is the essential nature of your hand? I mean, if you had
Mm.
ace, king, queen of diamonds, if more of your values were in the diamond suit, you might want to emphasize the diamonds more. But we go ace, jack, and then we drop off down to the 7 and some smaller spot cards. I don't know if that's the message I want to send to partner.
Mm. I'd be interested to hear what the viewers think here. That all makes sense. And then I get nervous about just having queen 2 doubleton, which might be totally worthless. And I don't want to, end up in 3 no trump and having no spade winners somehow, I suppose
Yeah, I mean, that's always a
maybe that's
possibility.
where, I guess that's where we would have to trust partner to, give us some information in return.
Yeah, I mean, nothing's a guarantee. Certainly not until we start hearing from partner, right?
Mm.
So I think certainly in recent years, I have really tended toward one no with this type of hand. Uh,
Mm.
One, I'm not that excited about emphasizing the diamonds. Two, it just makes life easy for partner when your point range is known right off the bat, right? Like for the strong no trump that is typically used in standard American 2/1, as you mentioned, a little different for Acol players,
Mhm.
uh, but you get the one no trump out there. Partner knows you have 15 to 17, and really, how often does partner make a really bad decision when they know what your range is right from the go, right? Usually we don't get underbid or overbid too badly in that situation, right? Usually we end up being very close to where we want to be.
It narrows the possible hands so much more than one diamond or an equivalence or one club opening where we just still know next to nothing. The hand could be almost anything, and the auction then therefore can go in any number of directions still.
Exactly.
Now, just a quick follow up, maybe more for the beginners and improvers out there. Would you react the same way if it was a 6-card spade suit or a 6-card heart suit or a
No,
6-card?
very different there. Yeah, I would not want to bury a 6 card major suit. That I don't want to lose. So I would not be inclined to open one no if my long suit is a major. And I'm glad you asked that because that might have been an oversight. And yeah, this goes back to the way the game is scored and the emphasis that every bridge teacher pretty much will put on look for the major fit, bid no trump, and then think of the minors only as kind of a last resort.
All right, Curt. All right, take us through. So, which road should we travel down first? Do we get to see what happens in
Well,
both instances?
it was funny though when this hand was played at various tables, the auctions went very differently, and so this hand may be a little hard to predict. But uh, why don't why don't I talk you into that no trump opening,
Okay,
and we can see how it might go from there.
wonderful.
Now, I will tell you that I got a pass. You can't even bid yet, can you?
No, no. And I suppose that's also important information that partner already passed. So thinking about that, thinking about, well, if partner doesn't have an opening hand, does that affect our decision as well? But let's follow through with our one no opening.
Yeah, and I'll replicate what happened at my table. When we look at the hand, we can see how things might have gone a little differently.
Okay. And again, so that 2 club response to a 1 no trump opening bid. Again, for the folks still just learning. Curt, what does that 2-club response tell us or ask of us?
We are just using regular stamen here. 2 clubs is artificial, asking the opener, do you have a 4-card major?
And that would also imply that North has at least one 4-card major, but we don't know which. Partners asking us, we're looking in case there's the chance that we might have a major fit. Unfortunately, we don't. So to tell partner that, no, sorry, we don't have 4 spades or 4 hearts, and we don't have a long club suit, should I just respond 2 diamonds?
Yeah, 2 diamonds will be your catch-all bid, saying nothing about diamonds, and simply, partner, I do not have a 4-card major. Now, it's just a coincidence that you have long diamonds on this hand.
So we still haven't told
And
partner about our diamond suit yet.
right, but I think we are operating under the assumption that if we thought it was important to tell partner about our diamond suit, we would have gone with the 1 diamond opening rather than 1 no, right? So in some ways, we kind of made that bet when we chose the 1 no. And said, all right, we're not going to get to show the diamonds, and we'll just have to hope. I'm just going to bid 3-0 here. We'll have to hope that those diamonds are useful in 3-0.
Oh gosh, I'm scared, honestly. With again, that Queen 2 doubleton scares me. This was exactly my nightmare, and we're vulnerable, Curt. But I don't think you would lead us down this road if there wasn't a happy ending. Maybe you're gonna surprise us here. Okay, that's better.
All right. So this hand could have been bid different ways. I use stamen. There actually is another gadget you can use to follow up to indicate 5-4 in the majors, as we have here. That's called Smolin. If you're interested in going down that rabbit hole, anyone. Or you could start with a Jacoby transfer to spades, but then you might miss a heart fit. So, responder ended up with options here too, but we see that there's no 8-card major fit. So 3-0 seems to be the spot, does it not?
Perfect. Yeah.
And I ended up making 3-0 on this hand. I didn't cycle through what happens, best defense and all of that. I think why don't we just claim this here? Oops. Let's just claim 3, claim our contract.
Okay.
I ended up with a couple of over tricks on this hand, but this hand, this was a hand that was all over the place in the event. As you can see, West may want to get in even over a no trump with a 6-card major, possibly. Maybe bid the spades. It's not a fabulous hand, and it's not a fabulous suit. We can see here that might get West into trouble, right?
Yeah.
With a big spade stack there in the north. That happened at some tables. Some tables played in spades doubled. And so North-South ended up defending on those hands. But I liked where I was in 3-0 and making the vulnerable game, which worked out pretty well.
How cool. Now, the tables that did open 1 diamond, where did they tend to end up? Were those the ones that ended up in a competitive auction and West was able to?
Interestingly, none of the tables that opened a diamond ended up in no trump. A couple of them defended spade part scores doubled, and a couple of them got all the way to 5 diamonds. And we can see here that even with a couple of cards in favorable positions, like the king of spades can be finessed, and the diamonds do split 3-2, but you can look at this hand and see that trying to take 11 tricks is going to be a problem, which is another reason we like our no trump, right? Play our game in no trump and try to take 9 tricks instead of 11. We do have an 8-card fit in the minor, but not really the game contract that we want to be in.
Very interesting. Thank you, Curt. Thank you, folks, for watching. Curt, maybe we can include the link the Handviewer link for this hand, and folks can try playing through themselves, and including the challenge. How would you defend this, perhaps from West Seat? What would you do? What would you choose as your lead?
And what would Juan do?
Yeah, let's ask him. Yeah, Curt, Juan, both of you, thank you so much. Juan was silently judging us just off camera, I think, that whole time.
Yeah, sometimes he laughs, but he didn't laugh during that conversation. So I guess we didn't say anything too absurd.
Well, yeah, as mentioned before, Juan, we'll be lucky to see Juan again, but Juan might show up from time to time in Curt's weekly lessons. You can learn more about those and even watch a sample lesson, a free trial lesson, following the link here, learnbridgeonline.com/Curt-Soloff. Thank you, Curt. Thank you for sharing that fun hand.
You are welcome.
Thank you, Juan. Thanks all.